Welcome back, folks. And, we got, of course, baseball season, opening baseball season. Now, on a sad note, Lou Gorman, folks, who was the general manager of the Boston Red Sox from 84 to 93, died today. He had a heart attack at the age of 82. And, send a lot of prayers, a lot of great white light out to Lou, his family. And, in particular, personally, I have a note on this because, see, when I was a kid, folks, and when I was 30 years old, the Red Sox gave me my first big break. I did business with the Red Sox from 1980, from January 3rd, 1980, all the way up to 1988. I did a huge amount of business with them, and I knew Lou, from basically doing so much business with them. Great guy. Jack Rogers, great guy. Great organization. Period. They're the ones that put me in the way. They're the ones that got me. Well, I got them in the finance business, but they got me in the finance business. Now, folks, let's go over to our man, Mr. David White, our technology expert at TFNN, as we do each and every Friday to get our great education. And listen, folks, David kicks off TFNN Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Great show, 9 to 10. You can bring them anywhere with you, too, folks. Well, how do you do that? On your cell phone, you can go to tfnn.mobi on your browser. We go 24/7. We broadcast 24/7 at tfnn.mobi. You can get David live. Just bring him with you. Great show. Now, David also has an outstanding newsletter. And you can come over to our website at TFNN, and you're going to see it right under newsletters. You can test drive that newsletter. And the bottom line is that, well, actually, go in the carousel. It's the Technology Insider. It's available now. You can test drive it. And this newsletter, by the way, folks, this is not a trading newsletter. This is an investment, because what David's looking at a cycle here, a cycle that is just getting underway. David White, what's going on?
Hey, I think we had a pretty special newsletter out today. It's about hard drives, and it just so happens that today is National Backup Day. I don't know why someone would make it on April 1st, but I guess
National Backup Day on April 1st. That's pretty funny, man. You can take that a few different ways, man.
Most people that have had a computer understand there's only two kinds of hard drives: those that have gone down and those that are going to go down.
Okay.
So just as a reminder, back up your computer.
Yeah, no, that's huge. There's no doubt about it because. Our whole lives are on our computers now, man. I mean, your life, your business, the whole ball of wax, right?
It is, and today's newsletter, for those that want to get go and sign up on TFNN today, is all about solid-state hard drives out there. And these are a little different than the hard drives everybody's been used to. These are just basically big hunks of memory out there. There's a lot of issues to make those work correctly, but there's a pretty good treatise on what's out there in those drives, and I spent most of the 90s out there working with hard drive companies, so it's probably one of the things between that and digital video that I know absolutely the best.
So, David, when we say solid state, that word solid state, I remember that word back in the 60s, that, solid state then was, those big radios, and, that was supposed to be solid state. So how did the solid state name get into something that's so digital now? How does that work?
It was really just made so that people understand that it's not a spinning platter that's plated with chrome.
Okay.
And actually, deposited with very fine grains of magnetic media on it. If anybody's ever looked up at a hard drive that's opened up, it's basically, most of them now are either 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch diameter platters that just spin.
That's right.
Maybe 5,400 RPM or maybe 10,000 RPM if it's a real high performance drive out there.
Okay.
But you have these little tiny recording heads that are smaller than a human hair out there, floating just nanometers over the top of these chromed surfaces. And what you hope is that you don't bump them and get those heads to hit the media in there and lose data. There's a lot of other things that can happen out there. You've got those motors that have to spin.
Yes.
And by the way, those motors are made with rare earth materials.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
I'll tell you, man.
So
I burn up a lot of these things. You know, you've been in my office, but in my office, folks, okay, I got quite a setup. But what ends up happening, because they push off so much heat, I'm burnt up. Well, I guess I haven't burned up the hard drive. I've burned up the fan, but then it crashes them, then they got to change them again, right? That's what I'm dealing with, I think.
That's right. And normally when you get rid of that motor, you're going to get rid of a lot of that heat that spins off. There's probably about 20 other good things to have in those SSDs. We'll talk a little bit more about it when we come back, I guess.
You stay right there. Listen, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the technology inside of Mr. David White, right in the front page. We're going to be right back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, will hit the bookstores in the next 3 weeks. If you have an interest in mastering any market with superior confidence, this book is for you. I will walk you through the subjective theory behind quality, volume, and cause and effect, coupled with the objective aspects of the Tiger-Gartley, all the while utilizing risk management and Tiger scaling techniques. This will give you the elements of a successful system that can be profitably applied to any stock, commodity, or future market, any place, anytime. I'm offering a complete educational program, including the book, for only $88. You will receive a live 2-hour workshop in your city or online where we get into quality volume, the ABC structure, as well as the never-seen-before Tiger-Gartley. These techniques will make you money on a consistent basis. You can go to TFNN.com to see when I will be in your city. Don't let Wall Street eat you alive. It's time for you to rule the markets. Go to TFNN.com and sign up for the workshop coming to your city.
Great Basin Gold is an international gold mining company with 2 producing mines in the world's most prolific gold mining areas, the Hollister Gold Mine on the Carlin Trend in Nevada and the Burnstone Gold Mine in the Wits Basin in South Africa. The Burnstone Mine is a low-cost, long-life, shallow mine that is a company builder, and the Hollister Mine is one of the world's highest-grade ore bodies being mined today. Burnstone offers a huge re-rating potential by producing in the 4th quarter, and Hollister represents a tremendous and very exciting exploration opportunity. With annual production of 165,000 ounces of gold in 2010, 260,000 in 2011, and 330,000 ounces of gold in 2012, Great Basin is poised to become a leading mid-tier gold producer. Great Basin Gold has resources of over 13 million ounces, exceptional organic growth potential at its current mines, and greenfield operations in Tanzania and Mozambique. Great Basin has strong management and a commitment to deliver exceptional value and cash flow to its shareholders while acting responsibly toward its surrounding communities. To find out more about Great Basin Gold, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the American Stock Exchange, symbol GBG.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by Vista Gold. For more information, just click the Vista Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have our man, Mr. David White. And don't forget, folks, that you can listen to David Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. He kicks off TFNN. And don't forget, you just TFNN.mobi on any mobile phone, folks. Gets you the program 24 hours a day. Hey, David, in the Gold Report, of course, I've had the Gold Report in 2001, and, a long-term investment newsletter as your technology insider is. And I would always say many times, it's amazing. The gold equities would go up. They finished an ABC up, and then, of course, we would take our bread, take a lot of the bread, and it was the market that just kept giving. It looks like to me today, whether we look at Broadcom or a few of these others, this market looks like this market might be interesting in the same aspect that, you're getting a pullback here, and it might be a market that's starting to, basically will give a few gifts in the next 3 or 4 weeks here.
It certainly looks like that. Last night, EXFO, which is a Montreal-based optical networker like JDSU, took a pretty big beating today, and it really looks like these companies are going to be doing a little bit of something that Wall Street normally doesn't like. And that is, from them, it looks like they're going to have a very few large orders over time, and it's going to be very lumpy out there. EXFO was basically saying, hey, we're dealing with Asia now, and we're dealing with China, and we get one big order from the government, and everything looks good, and then the next month maybe they don't order something, and then everything looks bad, and it's going to be like that for some time to come. It's not like dealing with the United States where you have, 800 different companies out there. They do everything almost like Japan Inc. did, as one big, huge company out there, and it's going to be fairly lumpy. And
this is pretty cool, though, man. Folks, if you take a look at the stock, which is EXFO, so it gapped away the 12th of January. I was at $7.19, gaps up to 10, goes all the way to 13. Now it's going to go fill that whole gap. And it's so sweet today because it got to 775. I love seeing these, David, because, what it did, folks, is this. It didn't fill the gap, yet the volume blew out of it. You love to see the volume blow out of it before the gap. What a trip, man.
Yeah, but I think what we're going to see is these things are going to be pretty wild traders, and may go back to the kind of traders that we saw back there in the .com days, because it's going to be a lot of feast and famine as these people continue to go to work and sell a lot of their equipment over there in Asia, and the government does tend to write one big check for all the stuff that they want to do out there, even across multiple companies and multiple districts in government out there. They have kind of the master plan out there, and it does end up being like a one big PO this month, and then maybe nothing for a couple of months. So we're going to see probably a lot of action in these stocks. Before, when we saw Finistar take a beating, they didn't give a real good description on why, and at least EXFO gave a little better description, yes. But market sure didn't like it anyway.
Well, it's pretty cool though. You look at that one; that has a market cap of $500 million, but then you go over to Broadcom and you get $20 billion. It's like, okay, hold it, man. It's great when they take all the babies down, right?
It is, but you have to look at Broadcom being kind of a different company. They're not the optical networker.
Okay.
It was kind of just a little bit of pin action on Broadcom out there. Broadcom depends much more on handset sales, wireless routers, a lot of small devices that sell for fairly inexpensive prices.
I got it.
A lot of these companies are selling these big optical systems, and they're huge price tags, and they're selling them to Fortune 500 companies and countries like China, Japan. Like JDSU had a nice little bounce out of there yesterday when they found out that they got a big order from Japan to replace a lot of the equipment out there.
Wow.
But got kind of slammed back down today on this EXFO news.
That's right. Let it fill that gap, man. Be a beautiful thing. You stay right there, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. It's our man, David White. And if you want to do test drive David's newsletter, just come over to our website, The Technology Insider. Be on your desktop tonight, folks. We're going to be right back.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got our man, Mr. David White, a technology expert at TFNN. David, so let's go back to the solid-state drives for a second. So how is that business going to change, or is it changing?
It is already. Probably the biggest thing is if you're buying a laptop now,
yes,
there's probably an option for you to get one of these solid-state drives already in your laptop.
Okay.
They use a whole lot less power instead of waiting for the drives to spin up so you can actually do something. Anybody that's had a laptop's heard them whing.
Yes.
And after 5 minutes they turn back off. Certainly something that you can have all the time. They use a lot less energy out there. They can be about 4 or 5 times faster. In fact, this Monday, a brand new solid-state drive came out that is double the capacity and actually is 90% faster than one that just came out last year.
Wow!
So these things are really starting to follow Moore's law, which is in computerdom, it's every 18 months the capacity doubles or the price falls in half. And this is a little bit of both of those things. We're starting to see these things go from early adopters, where they're a little bit more expensive,
yes,
to that. And I'm going to say that with some of this news about what China's doing with the rare earths, we're probably going to see these hard drives go up maybe $15-20 over the next few months out there as they raise the price of neodymium, which is the magnets they use to spin those motors.
Now, the hard drive, I just want to get this clear. The hard drive, that just stores all our information, right?
It certainly does.
Okay,
and the difference is instead of storing it magnetically,
yes,
on a metal spinning disc, we're putting it into the equivalent of those little flash drives that people buy that they call thumb drives.
Yes. I
Okay,
see.
those are very slow. The real key to this is that these can be absolutely lightning fast. In fact, the ones that are out now are replacing $10,000 and $20,000 systems from EMC that they've had out just 18 months.
Wow!
So where you don't need huge capacity, but you need huge speed.
Right.
These make a lot of sense. They also, instead of just waking up one day and they don't work real well,
yes.
they tend to fail a lot better than that. You start finding errors and they report them, and maybe it's time to replace them out there. So they're a little bit more graceful. A lot of these big companies out there that have these server farms for their websites, they don't have a lot of data actually that needs to be generated. So what they're really happy about is how fast these things are on their servers.
I see.
It ends up being something where they don't need so much capacity as just super fast access to get data back and forth to their customers out there, and it really speed things up, especially in cloud computing solutions out there. There are some very good things about them. The only thing is the capacity, and I suspect from doing some napkin work here today as I wrote the newsletter that we're about 2 more cycles away from them actually putting those hard drives pretty much out of business, the traditional spinning ones.
Yeah, thank
So
God.
about
I
4 years.
I mean, we've all heard that noise, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And actually, they get a little bit louder. Well, the interesting.
Are you talking about the death click?
Is that what it is?
they actually have a name for it. It's that click, 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 and your hard drive's fried and it's died.
Oh man, I love it. So so I guess inside all the guts of these, because whether we're talking a faster bandwidth, we're talking more digital, we're basically talking virtual at all our fingertips, aren't we?
We are, and actually with faster processors and everything out there, the slowest part has been the actual hard drive. It's been the slowest part of all these new processors with multiple cores and DDR3 memory and all the other stuff that you see advertised out there for smoking hot PCs. And the hard drives really haven't made a significant move in 2-3 years. This week, Intel accidentally let slip the roadmap for the future, and all their new processors are all going to have 6 gigabit per second interfaces for these drives, and that kind of really spurred me to write this newsletter this week.
So what does that mean, though? What does that mean? 6 gigabit? Explain what that means.
Basically, it means 6 billion bits in 1 second.
Holy cow.
So now, when I've talked a little bit about the products I used in the 90s in the newsletter, we were hoping for somewhere around 1/10 of that just 10 years ago when I made actually, what is it now? 18 years ago. So, a lot of those products out there, we were screaming on the bleeding edge of technology out there just to even come up with the kind of speed we need out there. And now with these kind of drives out there, they may not have the total capacity, but if you're using it for standard stuff, it is blinding fast and equal to what most enterprises have out there. And the next generation of Intel processors, which will be out probably about in November, are going to have interfaces for up to 10 of these drives.
Is there an easy way? I tell you, I got a great memory, but I have a hard time, and it drives me absolutely crazy, remembering what these different speeds are. Do you have a way of, there's always tricks as to how to remember things. Do you have a way that you know how these different ranges work? Do you know what I'm saying? Like the megabits, the kilobits. That's what I'm talking about. Because I really want to know this thing, but I want to get it, I want to get it basically stamped in my brain, man.
Basically, a gigabyte is 1,000 megabytes. So you got to look at a factor of 1,000 more as you go back up, and that's where most people have been using. Ethernet, and it was originally 10 base T, then it was 100 base T, and now it's 1,000 base T. So that's probably a good way to think of it. We're basically going from 100 to 1,000 on the Ethernet, and that's pretty much the exact same thing that's happening on hard drives out there. We're going to a factor of 10 higher of the kind of data rates that we can send back and forth. So this has been the slowest part of computerdom out there. So both laptops and desktops, but really things like tablets out there, when you think about hard drives and dropping them,
yes,
they're probably the weakest thing next to the screen on a laptop or a tablet. So to have the ability to have a lot of data stored that, the first time you drop it doesn't bust something.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
To celebrate our birthday, Tiger Metal Exchange is giving away gold bars, silver coins, and now we're giving away cash. That's right, extra cash for everyone who converts their jewelry to cash by April 15th. Just in time to help you with Uncle Sam. Did you know that most folks have at least $1,000 worth of unused or broken jewelry in their possession? It doesn't take much, folks. Only about 50 grams of 14-karat gold jewelry. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and enter your name in the Let's Get Started section, and we'll send you one of our free gift boxes that contain all the tools you need to value your items at home. With gold at all-time highs, there's no better time to convert your jewelry to cash. We've increased our payouts to 82% of the market price for gold through April 15th. Our payouts are the highest in the industry. Our payouts are more than double our largest competitors, and we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Offer expires April 15th.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, will hit the bookstores in the next 3 weeks. If you have an interest in mastering any market with superior confidence, this book is for you. I will walk you through the subjective theory behind quality, volume, and cause and effect, coupled with the objective aspects of the Tiger Gartley, all the while utilizing risk management and Tiger scaling techniques. This will give you the elements of a successful system that can be profitably applied to any stock, commodity, or future market, any place, anytime. I'm offering a complete educational program, including the book, for only $88. You will receive a live 2-hour workshop in your city or online where we get into quality volume, the ABC structure, as well as the never-seen-before Tiger Gartley. These techniques will make you money on a consistent basis. You can go to TFNN.com to see when I will be in your city. Don't let Wall Street eat you alive. It's time for you to rule the markets. Go to TFNN.com and sign up for the workshop coming to your city.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And, folks, right under breaking news, you're going to see my new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. You hit that link right there. It will give you the cities that I'm going to be coming into. The book will be in the bookstores in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll be coming across the country. If you do have an interest in coming to one of those workshops, the way the workshop's going to work, folks, is this. It's 2 hours. I'm going to be going over quality volume. I'm going to be going over the ABC structures, and I'm going to be going over the never-seen-before Tiger Gottlieb. You get the workshop, you get the book. It's $88, and then we actually rebate you for buying the book. You can do that over the weekend at TFNN. There's no obligation, folks, but it gives us an idea of how many seats we're going to need in each city. And I do want to thank all the folks. We have hundreds already, and I really do appreciate it. We got our man, Mr. David White, the technology expert at TFNN. You know, Dave, this technology cycle, I know we're at the very beginning of it. How long do these cycles tend to stay?
Normally, they've been anywhere from about 18 to 24 months. So we're probably looking at a good, I think, in this market, at 2 years probably, because a lot of people are a little bit hesitant to spend the money. So we're probably looking at maybe just a little longer. But traditionally, all the upgrade cycles when Windows went from version 3 to 4 to 5
yes.
have been about 18 to 24 months. So we may get 30 months out of this, but probably I think you could look at a good couple of years of riding just the computer and tablet market out there.
And particularly, I guess, now, of course, because we have the last cycles that we always had, all we still had was the computer and that's all we had. But now you have the tablets, you have the phones. So it's interesting, right? We almost have 3 separate devices that can get upgraded versus one device when we look at the 90s or even 94, 95, right?
Certainly, people have a lot more, and they're making a point in the den there that you can buy really big hard drives very cheaply.
Yes.
But if you're using them on mobile devices, if your battery runs out, what difference does it make?
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah.
So they're like any niche market. When things start to change in a displacive market, like we're seeing in these, there's always a niche market where they get into first. And mobile applications are great for these, where you need to take large amounts of data, but not massive amounts with you. And battery life is a huge issue, or not having to wait for the drive to spin up, or first time you drop it, the drive goes whammy on you.
Yeah.
So, there's applications, and it goes back to what we talked about a few weeks ago about the hierarchy of buying, and functionality is the most important thing.
And folks, what David's talking about here also is disruptive technology. So if you're interested in, being an investor, going on a long-term trend, interested in technology, come over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive his letter right here, right now. You know what's interesting about disruptive technology, which is just, this is a total mind blower. But what you had out here today, folks, is that Microsoft was actually complaining to the European Union about Google, that Google has the monopoly now. Is that a mind blower or what?
It is, and if you read the press release out there, they acknowledge the somewhat pot calling the kettle black on that. But they do say that it is an issue, and actually the whole thing of them being a monopoly actually runs out here in about 2 months. Without, if you remember, the whole thing was on Netscape, and that never ever became a real issue with Firefox and some of the other browsers actually coming out in the marketplace.
I'm telling you, man, it's really wild. It's just, hey, can't beat them one way, try to beat them another way. Well, David, listen, we appreciate the education, man. You have a great weekend, safe weekend. Of course, we look forward to the show on Monday morning.
See you then.
Thank you. Listen, folks, thanks for being here. And always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it. Just like a nice big motion picture. Step into it. Take ownership of it. Fly with it. Look forward to speaking to you on Monday, folks. Go get 'em.